Namaste to all. In this short audio, we will further see some interesting question answers. The answers have been given by my Acharya, Swami Ram Swarupji Yogacharya. Questions have been taken from the website vedamandir.com. The first question is, you mentioned that sins we do in the previous life decides what we get in present life, and for the sins we do in the present life, we get result in the next births. So, does that mean that if a person does many bad deeds in the present life, he will not suffer at all in the present life due to these bad deeds? My Acharyaji answers, in Shanti Parava of Mahabharata, Bhishma Pitamaha states, the secret of deeds is really very deep and difficult to understand. I have also been mentioning the said matter in vedamandir.com, yet several questions still arise. I am happy that doubt must be put forward to be solved. If a person does many bad deeds or good deeds in the present life, the total said karmas will be added in the Sanchit karmas and thus will not be faced in the present life. Good deeds though, like chanting of Gayatri Mantra, doing daily study of Vedic books, etc., is a worship according to the Vedas. So naturally, the bad deeds to be faced in the present life will be burnt according to the states of worship, that is minimum or maximum worship. Next question, what qualities need to be in a good person? My Acharyaji answers, the quality of a person must be first to be God-fearing man who worship daily. Secondly, he must be honest, sweet-spoken, hard worker to a right path. He must listen philosophy of Vedas and Shastras from a learned Acharya of Vedas. He must discharge his moral duties faithfully. Rest of the qualities will be known by listening the Vedas. Next question, Swamiji, can you explain the shloka 17 by 18 of Bhagavad Gita? My Acharyaji answers, Bhagavad Gita is a Vedic preach delivered by Yogeshwar Sri Krishna Maharaj to Arjun. So based on the Vedas knowledge, Sri Krishna Maharaj preached Arjun about Karam Kand in the first 6 chapters, Upasana Kand in the next 6 chapters, and Gyan Kand in the last 6 chapters. Bhagavad Gita shloka 17 by 18 gives knowledge that if an aspirant does tapasya to get respect, to get honor, praise and services to his own body, or tapasya is done to deceive others, then the said tapasya relates to the Rajoguna. That is, the quality of Rajogun produces sensuality, anger, greed, ego, etc. So the said meaning is based completely on the Vedas. Next question, what you mean by marriages are in the hands of God? If it's in the hands of God, then why many times marriages are unsuccessful? My Acharyaji answers, my blessings to you. Marriages are in the hands of God means first based on the previous life's deeds, marriages occur. Suppose previous life deeds are mostly sins, then how this marriage would be successful until husband and wife following the eternal path of Vedas destroy their sins by Kriyaman karmas, that is the present pious deeds. Next question, I would like to know that Rama was called Suryavanshi. What does that mean? Was he worshipping sun? Is there any evidence that Rama worshipped idols? My Acharyaji answers, Sri Ramji was a learned of Vedas and Ashtanga Yoga philosophy. He used to worship only one formless, omnipresent God who creates, nurses and destroys the universe. Suryavanshi means he belonged to the clan of Manu, and Manu was Suryavanshi because Manu practiced Ashtanga Yoga and studied Vedas and realized a Hiranyagarbha, that is the divine light, the form of Almighty God. Almighty God is divine light, and he further gives light to the sun, that is Surya. That is why he was called as Suryavanshi. Next question, what to do if Karwa Chauth Vrat is broken by mistake? My Acharyaji answers, no kind of Vrat including Karwa Chauth Vrat is preached in the Vedas by Almighty God. So it does not make any difference if Karwa Chauth Vrat is continued or broken. It is a custom and people desirous of the same can do at their own. Next question, please Panditji, tell me something about Rudraksh of zodiac sign like Aries, Aquarius, Leo, Pisces, Scorpio, Virgo, etc. My Acharyaji answers, in Vedas there is no custom to change the future, etc. by wearing Rudraksh gems, etc. It is only bad and pious karmas of the previous lives due to which a person experiences sorrows or pleasure respectively. Rudraksh and gems cannot change the unchangeable method of Vedas and Almighty God. Next question, what is the meaning of the word mantra? My Acharyaji answers, mantra means deep concentration, deep thinking to get the deep thought of the mantra. It is only possible to consider the mantra deeply in the presence of an Acharya who knows Vedas as well as Ashtanga Yoga in practice. Next question, I want to know that sometimes there are wrong things happening in front of me. So what should I do in such a situation? Should I put my own life in danger to stop the wrong act, or should wait or inform the authority? My Acharya answers, my blessings to you. Law and order should not be taken in hand at any cost, please. So your second view is good, to inform the authorities regarding the wrong act. Next question, I want to find my Kul Devata. My Acharya answers, the matter of Kul Devata does not exist in the Vedas, so there is no learned person to say about the same. In Vedas, there are only 5 Devatas to be worshipped, that is, are meant to be given respect and worship, etc. Those are Mother, Father, Atiti, Acharya, and formless God, who are nowadays mostly not being praised, respected, and nursed well. Vedas tell the fact, and we all have to come back under the pious shelter of 4 Veda, under the guidance of a learned Acharya of Vedas and Yoga philosophy, to overcome all the problems, diseases, and attain salvation. So according to Vedas, there is only one Ishta Devata or Kula Devata of the entire universe, that is formless Almighty God, who creates, nurses, and destroys the universe. Apart from this, human beings have made their own path. If such people are not interested in the eternal knowledge of Vedas, which emanates direct from God, then they may go ahead at their own against the Vedas. Next question, is there a possibility that Almighty do test your devotion at times? He puts you through some difficult times to see whether one's belief is undoubted and divine. My Acharya answers, Almighty God never takes any test or examinations of a devotee. His fundamental laws are very clear, and that whatever we do, He awards the result of the same. It is wrong notion or false belief that God takes tests, etc. for a devotee. Especially false gurus who are against the Vedas usually say that if a person who worships but faces difficulties, troubles, etc., it means God is taking his examination. Such statements of so-called gurus is made to cover their shortcomings, that is, those gurus' shortcomings and falsehood. Last question for the day, Pranam Swamiji. Last time when I asked a question about Upanishads, you answered that learned Vedic scholar accepts only 11 Upanishads. What is meant by this? Maharishi Dayanand was not a Vedic scholar, is it? My Acharya answers, my blessings to you. I can never ever think that Swami Dayanand Saraswati ji was not a Vedic scholar. He was a great scholar of Vedas. I am sorry how you taught me to think against Rishi Dayanand. As regards Upanishads, it is said that there are 108 Upanishads, but learned of Vedas do not accept it. I have read only 11 Upanishads which are found true. And these are Isha Upanishad, number 2 Kena Upanishad, number 3 Mundaka Upanishad, number 4 Mandukya Upanishad, number 5 Katha Upanishad, number 6 Prashna Upanishad, number 7 Aitra Upanishad, number 8 Taittiriya Upanishad, number 9 Chandogya Upanishad, number 10 Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, and 11th one is Shvetashvatara Upanishad. I hope you enjoyed the answers of my Acharya. I will meet you soon in another audio video, and you can see my other videos, question and answers of my Acharya, under the tab in the YouTube playlist Q&A by my Acharya. Thank you so much. Namaste. Om.